There we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome. This is Thigh Company here. Welcome to today's live stream here on the Thigh Company Gaming YouTube channel. Welcome, everybody. Glad to have y'all here. This is our 11th live stream here from Russia, from St. Petersburg, Russia. Welcome, everybody, to the show. Hope your day is good and your month of June is even better. But yeah, guys, right now it's June the 27th, 2025. It's around noon right now. So as far as I can tell, man, I mean, we had a few things that's been going on lately. Of course, as soon as I'm live streaming, my phone goes off. As soon as I start a live stream, I gotta go walk into another room, man. Tjena mine. All right, I guess my grandma got the phone. So anyway, we remember I was talking to y'all before about having to order a bunch of furniture, and we finally have all the furniture processed and everything. And I think they're bringing most of the furniture in to the new apartment today. So that's good. My mom right now is at the new apartment. I'm gonna see if I can get her to possibly get internet over there, or there's a way that apparently we can move our internet box to the new apartment so the new apartment has internet. But again, I'm not sure entirely how that works. But I'm going to look up to see if we can get that going. Besides that, man, so yeah, we are waiting for basically delivery of kitchen cabinets to the new apartment, a couch, a bed, some kind of memory foam mattress. Um, Basically, I think most of the stuff, from my understanding at least, should be delivered today, hopefully. Besides that, what else is going on? So, yeah, my, I guess it's a different cousin of mine. I'm gonna have to look up the exact genealogy term, but basically, I think we share like mutual great grandmothers, I think, or their grandmothers are or sisters or something or the other. So I don't know if you would call it a cousin or what exactly. There's probably some kind of term. But anyway, that cousin is getting married today. Oh, my grandma's going off about my grandfather as well, another room as well. Um, so yeah, I'll tell you about the news. Basically, so my cousin, that other cousin's getting married today, but it's like it's a whole weird kind of situation. But first thing I gotta say is congratulations, because if I don't say congratulations, something's bad gonna happen, right? Um, so he's getting married today, sometime around 4 p.m. I think Moscow time. But what's weird is that they only invited my mom and my little sister Anna. Why, I don't know. They didn't invite my grandmother. They didn't invite me. Um, why, I don't know. But as the day progresses today, I guess we'll find out what the plan is. If we're going to kind of attend any kind of ceremonies or what the case and that might be. Um, what else? Yeah, my grandma's going off to my mom about my grandfather. Apparently, something happened to my grandfather's knee that we just noticed today. Apparently, it's like bleeding or something, but I don't know what's going on. It almost looked like it was discolored, but who knows? When we get back to the USA, I'll probably have some doctors check it out. But other than that, everything else, I guess, will be fine. Um, so that's been going on, right? What else, man? What else? So, yeah, man, I'm gonna see what furniture gets delivered today to that new apartment. Um, hopefully, if there's a bed that gets delivered there and it's possible to sleep there, I might try to see if I can sleep there versus here. We'll see if the bed's any better or any more comfortable. Because, as the chopper is aware, sleeping here is not, at least not as good as what it's like in the US so far. I've had probably only one good night so far here. Other nights have been kind of like whatever, okay. I've had bad nights here too. for sleep. Today's weather is pretty all right. It's sunny. The weather here is. I like the temperature, man. The temperature here is probably the best thing that I can think of because it's not hot at all here. Um, or at least this summer it's not hot at all. I know 2018 has been hot. I was told that apparently last summer 2024 was hot here, but I wasn't here. I was taking care of my grandfather in Charlotte. Um, but my folks in the US, man, my people in the US, they're burning up, man. They got 100-degree weathers all across the floor, man, all across the board. They have they were doing studies in Charlotte the other day. I saw on the news. They had people going out to playgrounds and they were taking a temperature thermometer, like one of those guns that do, you can scan the surface of a metal or a rubber or something on the ground, and it'll tell you that like the heat index, the temperature that basically is getting um, from the sun warming up the surfaces. And man, they said that the rubber on the floor apparently was 180 degrees, which is crazy to think of. 180 degrees on the floor or the ground of a playground, which is insane, man. But then again, they're talking about, oh, if you go in the shade, it's only 89 degrees versus 180, which, I mean, still, even at 89 degrees, it's hot. I know for some of y'all, it's like, oh, it's not that hot, Thought Company, like Alex in Arizona. Uh, so, that some people be like that. But here it's nice, man. You got 50, 60-degree weather. It even got down to 46 degrees at night, guys. 46 degrees Fahrenheit at night here in Russia, in St. Petersburg, Russia. For my Celsius people, we're talking about getting down to 6, 7 degrees Celsius here at night. And on average, it's like, I don't know, 15, 16, 17 degrees during the day. It fluctuates though. But it's not 100-degree weather or about 40 degrees Celsius in Charlotte, man. The other day, man, I saw it on the news. It said it apparently got up to 108, 109 degrees in Charlotte. And I'm like, are you sure that's true, man? Are you sure that's true? So, I thought that was kind of insane to think about. Man, what else, man? We had we had this lady come over named Tutya Galia, or I guess in English it's a Gala, I guess. I don't know. But she is the wife of my grandmother's brother. To be more specific, my grandmother's brother had two wives, and this would be the second wife before my grandmother's brother passed away back in 2017. So, yeah, man, and we were trying to figure out some kind of way to be able to visit the grave sites of my grandmother's sister and brother. Um, and unfortunately, it's this whole weird situation where it's like, oh, I don't know, somebody can't do this, somebody can't do that. And first thing I've been told was that, so I believe there's two sons. I believe Titigalia, I think, has two sons. One named Anton and another one named Vitya. Anton I've met before back in 2022, but I haven't been able to meet him. He didn't come yesterday, and I was kind of hoping for him to arrive, but he did not. Which sucks, but apparently he doesn't have a driver's license, which is kind of interesting because I know he had one before, but I guess he decided not to renew his license for whatever reason. Why? Who knows? Vitya, I don't know if I've ever met Vitya, but I heard good things about him, but he has a driver's license. But the other thing is, they were saying that their car that they supposedly only have one car, but this car is 17 years old, and because it's 17 years old, they're saying that there's a lot of issues with the car, like mechanical issues, stuff being broken down, that it doesn't drive well. What the details are in that, I have again no idea. Um, so who knows, man? We're trying to figure out something there. If that doesn't work out, the other second option that we have available is that my cousin Misha is coming over back from his business trip today, back to St. Petersburg, Russia. He went to a place called Altai, which is pretty far away. It's like 4 or 5 hour time zone difference, which is significant. Um, but he's coming back today, so that's good. And we think my grandma thinks it's going to be he might be available today, but I doubt it. He says maybe Saturday or Sunday, probably Sunday, or maybe next week. He might be become available or free. So if he becomes available sometime within the next several days, I'm going to make it my next mission to go ahead and get something organized so we can go to see those grave sites, because that's one of my other goals here and during this trip in Russia is be able to see them. Um, so hopefully that works out. The other thing that I was doing the other day was I started going around the rooms here, particularly this room here, the room here with the bookshelves and all that. And I started kind of like, cleaning up and tidying around the place here because it's pretty dusty, especially, when you're only here like once a year at most. Dirt and dust and all that comes around, and then this whole place, I don't know why, it kind of feels like there's a lot of dirt and dust everywhere. Like I don't get that feeling when I go to Charlotte. I don't know, man. Maybe it's because they have somebody told me it's because of the cement and all the buildings here, but I don't know if that's the case or not. It's an interesting idea or theory, but the other thing, it could be because we're in a sandy area, because we are kind of, I mean, we're pretty much right next to the Baltic Sea, so that could be another thing. Or what would you call it? Gulf of Finland, if that makes any sense? Yeah, Gulf of Finland, I guess is another way to put it. Because Finland is pretty much by plane an hour flight from here to Helsinki. So that might be something to think about. But yeah, today is bright and sunny. Some clouds around, but not much. We're probably sometime in a few hours we might try to go to the new apartment. I don't know, because the weirdest thing is everyone here has been getting sick. My mom's been getting this very heavy cough. My little sister Anna's been getting a cough. My grandmother's been getting a cough. I haven't been getting a cough myself, but I've been feeling off. Um, Everyone seems to still be getting like episodes of diarrhea for some reason. Why, I don't know. Some people say it's from the water. Some people say it's from the milk. Some people say it's from the food. I don't even know at this point, man. I just don't know, man, because I don't be getting these issues, man, that often in Charlotte. The only time I'd be getting these issues is like if I'm eating spicy food in Charlotte, which I used to never get before in the past. So what on earth is causing all these issues? I have no clue. So who knows? But I feel like if I go back to Charlotte, these stomach issues and me feeling sick and everybody else feeling sick will go away. But yeah, man, it just what sucks here. Like I don't even care. It's like I don't even think it's a food issue. I feel like maybe just over time everyone will get used to it. But the problem is, one, you don't have no programs here to pretty much be able to get any what they call food and nutrition services support here. So basically, and everyone was talked to, man, there's nobody here at all who has discussed or even brought up the idea of going somewhere or having a government institution or maybe a church or maybe a local kind of support group or something. Nobody here talks about any kind of services in order to get free food or any kind of benefits or anything. So that's, I find, pretty weird. But I don't know, man. It's like if you're making the money, then you pretty much could buy, I guess, whatever food you want. But it gets weird at times, though. Um, what else, man? What else? For a new apartment, we're also thinking about maybe getting some wallpaper. I don't know, that discussion has been brought around a lot, and we were trying to set up the shower room, or I guess you call it a bathroom. I guess another name for it. We're trying to finalize everything in that room because we were trying to get like a pole, or I guess it's called a curtain rod for the shower curtains. And the one we bought, man, it turns out was defective. So no wonder we couldn't get it working. But I think my mom got a new one. So I'll see if that works, or hopefully that gets all fixed and resolved, man. Um, yeah, my grandfather's still acting sped, so he's still being crazy. I don't know what this new knee problem is about. Um, so we'll look into that later this evening, I guess, or this afternoon. Uh, but yeah, man, he's not. I don't feel like he's being that calm right now. I don't know. Maybe if it's because he's just like still having some kind of jet lag symptoms going on. I don't know. Hard to say. Another thing that we're going to try to figure out is how to we need to set up some kind of trip plan to go to Starice. Starice is where my grandmother's mom, or my great grandmother, is buried. Her gravesite. I went there last time I went there was in 2018, and I feel like it's time to try to go there again. Just last time I went there was with my grandmother and my uncle, and I feel like it's time. It's time to go there again. Plus, when we were there, man, I wasn't really able to take a lot of photos or videos of the place. And I feel like I did take photos and videos, but I don't know where they went, man. It's like I'm gonna have to probably hunt or search around whenever I get back to Charlotte on my computer, man, to figure out what happened to everything. Because I'm pretty sure I took a lot of photographs and video. But then again, my phone could have died. Battery could have died at that time too. Because I remember a different situation back in 2018. Because again, it was my first time coming to Russia at that time as as an adult. Um, I remember going to a different place called Strelna, and Strelna is right near like where Peter Golf is, or Peter Hof, or the Peter the Great Summer Palace. Um, and that's where one of my grandfather's sisters live. We went there back in 2018, and man, a lot has changed since 2018, unfortunately, in like a bad way. You know, people moving, people dying. Um, it would be cool, I guess, to go there somehow to visit, but no one's inviting me over there. So it's like, if you're not invited, this essentially it's like the common area, like you don't go over there. Common idea. I mean, um, which sucks. I guess in other news, I did get my cousin Misha's son Andrew on Discord. I did find his account. I did add him on Discord. I know Choppa was like, "Oh, what's his Discord, man? Let me know. Let me know." So I sent the info over to Choppa as well. So I don't know if that does anything or not, but we were chatting a little bit a few days ago on Discord. But he was like, "Are you using a Google Translator to talk?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, I am. Can't really type in Russian, and plus, I don't really know how to really type in Russian at this time. I could try to figure or finesse something out, but it's not great." What else has been going on, man? Yeah, we've been talking to Arash a lot through the live streams, so who knows? But it's kind of cool to find some information out about Arash. I might let Choppa know later, possibly, if he's interested, I guess. Oh yeah, so we were talking about tidying up this room. So in this room, I was trying to dust all the books and all that because it does get pretty dusty here. And there's a lot of like random various bags and boxes here full of all kinds of junk. And I started going through all that. And I found a lot of like cheap costume jewelry, but it's like, nothing that's really of value. So I put that to the side. I went for checking everybody who wants that, who needs that, and all that. Sifting and sorting through what's of any value and what's not really a valuable item and is just junk. So I went for all that and picked out stuff for eBay to sell later. So when we get back to Charlotte and I get eBay back up and going, up and running, you might start seeing some of that on the eBay store if you all are interested in that. The other problem is we're trying to figure out what possible books to bring over there, and the only ones that come to mind that I really want to get, there is a lot of books that are in Russian about from the French writer Alexandre Dumas. So that's like Three Musketeers, Count of Monte Cristo, I think is another book somewhere here. There's a couple ones here. I don't want to name off all the books right now, but there's a lot of ones I want to bring back to US because we don't really have an English version of it. Do I ever read the books? Probably not. I might get my grandparents to read them to me, possibly someday. Another series that I might try possibly doing as an idea, and I think it's time to get going, is recording my grandmother reading some books. I don't think I'm going to be able to. I might be able to get my grandfather to read some books, but I don't know. It's going to be tough though.